All right. Before we start, how many of you guys have enjoy the show Survivor? Any Survivor fans? One of my favorite parts of Survivor is the auction, 2/3 way through the show. So I'm going to be auctioning off some things that we found in Johnson. Some AirPods. 20. Are these any... Whose are these? These are gray. Some silver AirPods. All right. We're just going to put them over here. We've got a phone. Anyone's phone. All right. And then anyone's phone. Come on down. We have a winner. Congratulations, Rebecca. And then a water bottle. Come on down. The Storm basketball team is on a roll right now. All right. It is really good to be with you guys. Can I tell you guys a story, a short story? In 1962, President John F. Kennedy took a trip to NASA headquarters, okay? He had big plans for what he wanted to do in space and what he wanted the NASA program to look like. And when he was walking around, he was just talking to people, and he walked up on a guy that was mopping the floor of one of the hallways, and he asked this janitor, he says, "Sir, what do you do here at NASA?" And he says, "Sir, I'm helping put a man on the moon." That man, he did not see his mopping the floor as a menial task. He did not see his cleaning responsibilities as something just in his day-to-day. He saw himself and his role as part of a bigger mission and a bigger purpose. That's pretty cool. Like I don't think I would be able to say that when if someone were to ask me when I'm mopping the floor at NASA, I probably wouldn't come up with that, but that's a good line. That is an example of stewardship. Stewardship means taking care of something that matters, that as if it mattered. Let's get this right. Stewardship means taking care of something that matters to someone else as if it mattered to you, as if it matters to you. At New Life Camp, you're going to touch a lot of things. You're going to be involved in a lot of different areas. And all these things, they belong to something bigger than yourself. When you take ownership of the small things that nobody sees, campers feel cared for, parents trust us with their kids again, and we're able to continue this program and this ministry, hopefully for generations to come. During this session, you're going to be challenged to see every small act, picking up trash, closing doors, leaving phones and water bottles in Johnson Gym, as a part of something much larger than the task in front of you. So, by the end of this session, you will be able to define stewardship in the context of working at New Life Camp. You'll also be able to practice stewardship in the context of New Life Camp and your job, but also even outside of your job. And you'll be able to recognize situations that require ownership and stewardship, even when no one is watching. I forgot to bring up a chair earlier, but we're going to make this the hot seat. We're going to move this cajon. Thank you, Luke. It's okay. This will work. This is the hot seat, and we're going to use the hot seat later. Some of you guys are going to come up on the hot seat at the end of this session, and I'll tell you guys more at the end, okay? All right. Yes, that's what I want. All right. Stewardship is taking care of something that matters to you. Taking care of something that matters to someone else as if it matters to you. All right? That's it. That's the whole idea. Everything we're going to be talking about is based on this definition. All right, click. This is where people miss the idea. What is a steward not? A steward does not wait to be asked. A steward doesn't say, that's not my job, actually. And a steward does not only act when someone is watching. Stewardship is not just about doing what is on your schedule. When you start your first week, you're going to have Sunday afternoon, Monday morning. You're going to have a schedule starting at a certain time with tasks that you are completing or responsibilities that you are holding. Stewardship is not just making sure that you are taking care of those things. You should be. That's your job, right? You should be stewarding those things well. But it's about doing the tasks at hand because you understand what is at stake. Click. So Joel, what is at stake? Good question. Thank you. Campers who feel safe and cared for at a New Life camp, families who trust New Life camp, and a camp that exists for generations to come. Every door that you close, every piece of trash you pick up, every time you show up fully prepared for your role, you're protecting all of that. It might seem small, but your responsibilities and your ability to steward what we are asking you to do, it's bigger than just those things that might seem like a menial task. Click. So stewardship is not it's not a team policy. It's a decision that you get to make, right? Each of you are going to be able to make individual decisions. The question is whether you're going to show up that way. All right. Everyone stand up. Time for 3 questions. I heard you guys wondering about like which way is the right way to face. This is my key of the quiz that we're going to do. All right, here's the question. Which of these is the best definition of stewardship? A, doing your job well when your supervisor is watching. B, taking care of something that matters to someone else as if it matters to you. Or C, keeping your personal space clean and organized. 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. You should all be facing the left wall or the right. That way. You got it. All right. Question 2. Face the front again. You can turn back. According to what I've just been talking about, a steward acts when A, the supervisor asks them to, B, it is their specific job responsibility, or C, they see a need, whether anyone is watching or not. Well done. Well done. If you're facing Johnson Gym, you're facing the wrong way. All right. Last question. When NLC staff steward well, what is most at stake? Camper safety, family trust, and NLC's future, for A. B, staff performance reviews and cabin inspection scores. Or C, the staff lounge cleanliness. All right. You guys got it. You guys can have a seat. Well done. All right. Click. A steward leaves every place better than they found it. So how many of you guys have been in Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or something like that before? How many of you guys have heard your group or troop leader say, hey, we're going to leave this place better than we found it? That's good. How many of you guys have not always maybe left it better than you found it? Yeah, that happens sometimes. Owning a place doesn't mean that your name is on the deed. Not even Brad Winko's name is on the deed of New Life Camp. We as a full-time staff are in this with you, right? We all have the responsibility of taking care of this space and this ministry. It belongs to every camper who will walk through here this summer and every camper who will come after them. So we're going to take care of it for them. All right, click. So this was, I think it was the Conquerors last night. This is the picture of inside the Conquerors. It was a mess. I'm just kidding. That's not true. Stewardship is not saying I didn't make that mess. We don't say that here at New Life Camp. A steward doesn't walk past a problem. If you see trash on the ground or if you see an issue that needs to be fixed, you pick it up. If you don't have time to pick it up, what do? Shout something out. You guys got this. Yeah, find someone else to help you. Call for help. That's good. If the mess is too big, get on your walkie, but don't walk past it, okay? Click. All right, let's see here. Energy conservation. Every door that is left open for 1 minute costs 1 degree of AC per minute. Air conditioning is one of our biggest expenses in operations throughout the year. So keep doors closed. That makes sense, right? You would think. Let's see. Couple other just like random things as regards to stewardship and taking care of camp. One with the snacks. I saw you guys are enjoying snacks. That's great. We didn't explicitly say this, but you all are allowed to have 1 snack per day. So if you've had your snack, I hope you enjoyed it. If you had more than 1, Zach will be checking the cameras, and it'll come out of your paycheck. Right, Zach? No, okay, he doesn't want to do that. We're not going to do that, but 1 snack per day. Couple things, don't sit on the ping pong tables, but in general, don't sit on any tables. I've seen people sit on tables in the dining hall. Do you guys know what we do with the tables in the dining hall? We eat off of those things. I don't want your rear end where I'm eating, okay? Sit on the benches. I asked Grayson just a minute before I came up here, and I said, Grayson, is it a good strategy during pinball to run up and just kick the dodgeballs at the pins? And I'm thinking, like, get a competitive advantage, maybe knock a pin down. And he said, no, because we want to, in general, we want to try and take care of our dodgeballs. We want to steward them well. And I'm just like, oh, I'm convicted. I'm about to like teach these guys about how to take care of camp, and here I am trying to not do that. All right, let's keep going. Click. You guys know who that is? That's Mr. Luke Wallace. That's a great picture. I wish he was here, but that's him on his Max Preps profile. I found that last night. I wonder if he's still trying to get recruited. I'm not sure. Report maintenance issues to your primary staff coach. So in the past, there's been confusion. Sometimes you might think it's been staff on duty. Sometimes you might think it's the facilities director. Any item that you see that you cannot fix that seems like more than just a walkie call, that seems like a facilities issue, call your primary staff coach, and you will learn who that is in a future date. But yeah, making sure that Luke is not getting his phone blown up. If your primary staff coach is not on campus or is unavailable, you call your staff on duty. Good. Staff on duty will fill out a ticket or contact Luke if it's an emergency. If it is like, hey, pipes are bursting and the dining hall is flooded, that Luke would be okay if you called him for that. That would be an okay time. But other than that, non-emergencies, tell your primary staff coach. Also, I think Aaron mentioned this, or Wesley mentioned this last night. No one enters the shop without direct permission. The shop is across from the mini golf course. It's also residence for some of our full-time staff. So, yeah. Let's keep going. Staying at camp. Click. There we go. Camp is not yours to do whatever you want. We want you guys to have a blast during orientation. We want you guys to enjoy this beautiful space that God has given us. But there's some guardrails that we want to put in place to take care of it. If you're staying at camp over the weekend, the stewardship standard does not decrease. It does not mean that you can go into Johnson Gym and take out all the dodgeballs and play Ultimate Elimination by yourself and then leave all the dodgeballs on the floor. We want to make sure that we're keeping things tidy. Staff have worked hard on Friday nights to clean up, so make sure that those things stay the way that they are. Don't undo that. During free time, during camp, if you find yourself having time on your break or in the evenings, the places that you can be are in your cabin, in center circle, camp circle right here, in the staff lodge, staff lounge, and camp circle. You should always be somewhere where leadership or full-time are. So that does not mean go sit in the corner of the upper ball field with the lights off. You should always be, I already said that. If you want to spend time with someone staying the night, like on a weekend, on a Friday night or a Saturday night, go to cookout or somewhere else that's not camp. Let's see. All right. Everyone stand up. We got some quiz questions. If you see trash on the ground, but you didn't make the mess, what does a steward do? A, walkie Wesley and ask why he's leaving trash everywhere. B, pick it up or call for help if it's a big mess. Or C, wait until cabin cleanup time to address it. All right. I think 99% of you got it. Good job. Well done. Face the front. Question 2. Why should we not leave doors open? A, it looks unprofessional to campers and families. B, it violates fire code and security protocol. Or C, it is a distraction during program hours. What is the biggest issue with leaving doors open? There's a couple right answers, but you got to choose. Which one's more important? A and B are both correct, but B is the more important one. It violates fire code and security protocol. I'll say this. Yeah, we do not want people being able to access our buildings or your cabin or your staff lodge, right? You don't want people getting in your bunk, so leave the doors closed, all right? During free time, while staying at camp, where are staff permitted to be? A, anywhere on camp property as long as it's daylight. B, cabin, staff lodge, staff lounge, camp circle, or with a full-time staff or leadership staff. Or C, the lake. Some of you wanted to turn to the left. Unfortunately, it's not the lake. You guys got it. Well done. One more. Who should you report a common maintenance issue to first? A, your staff on duty. B, your primary staff coach. Or C, Luke. Good job. I think those were all B. Were those all B? I did not do a good job of changing those answers up, but that's okay. All right, have a seat. Click. All right. So we've talked about owning the place. Now let's talk about owning your role and your area. So your attitude and your effort and your responsibilities are in your control. I think this is something Aaron will probably talk about later, or Wesley. But this is the hardest part of stewardship because no one can make you do it. You get the choice. It's a personal decision. Click. Once again, disappeared. That's okay. That top one says, a steward does not wait to be told. You can just imagine it there. A steward does not walk past a problem and think, that's not my job. If they see a need, you're going to meet it. Okay? We talked about that. Your role here is the minimum, but not the maximum. Here's the guardrail, though. Sometimes people will think, staff can tend to think, maybe you have had this thought of, oh, I see a need. I want to go meet it, right? But you seeing that need should not detract or take away from your responsibility, okay? So let's see here. Ben, what do you know what track you are this year? Okay, so you're great. You're doing inflatables. If Ben hears a walkie call asking for some extra supervision at the lake, and he decides to go help the lake and leaves the inflatables unsupervised with a group of middle school boys, do you guys know what could happen? Bad things, right? We do not want that to happen. So do not go outside of your responsibility when you don't have the capacity or the flexibility to do that. Okay, use discernment. Do not leave your campers unattended to go pick up trash. That's not stewardship. That's an issue. Own the extras without ever letting go of your primary responsibility. I'll say that again. Own the extra things around camp without letting go of your primary responsibility. Click. You guys are going to have some hard days this summer. I told some of you guys during interviews that New Life Camp, working at New Life Camp as a counselor or a program staff, in my opinion, is one of the hardest jobs that you can have. It is not easy. You guys are all going to have hard and tired days this summer. You're going to have days where you think, man, I should have applied to Chick-fil-A. I wish I could be in the air conditioning right now. Well, I guess Chick-fil-A is a bad example. They're outside a lot. But a steward at New Life Camp shows up anyways. You guys have what it takes to steward not only your area well, but yourself well, okay? Be fully present even when it's hard. Campers are counting on you to lead and love and serve well. CMOH, that's a phrase that when I worked at a camp in Michigan, Lawton, Michigan, we would say CMO, and it was a reminder for the staff. It stands for carry me out of here. So there's going to be long, hard, tired days. Lauren is probably thinking, no, please don't make me carry you out of here. We want you standing when you leave. But the concept is making sure that you're giving your energy and your effort. So if you need a little acronym to think of what am I going to do when I'm feeling tired and stressed and exhausted, CMO, carry me out of here. Keep going. You guys have 9 weeks of summer. Most of you guys less. Give it your all. All right, one more. So who can give me the 10-second version of how Joseph ended up in Potiphar's house? Someone raise their hand. Give me the 10-second version. Yeah, Ellie, tell me what happened. Yeah. Brothers got jealous. Joseph's got some nice jackets that his dad gave him, right? And they sold him into slavery. Ends up at Potiphar's house. His brothers sold him into slavery. How many of you guys have siblings? How many of you, if your sibling sold you into slavery, would be thinking, man, I just cannot wait to serve the person that I'm being indentured to? That is probably most of us not our first reaction, right? Probably thinking, how do I get revenge? How do I get out of here, right? But Joseph chose to faithfully take care of and steward his position well. Now, someone tell me what happened from the result of stewarding his position well. What happened when he went to Pharaoh and to be in Pharaoh's area when he wasn't with Potiphar anymore? What happened after Joseph stewarded his area well? Yeah, Max. Yeah, he basically became the vice president of Egypt, right? Second in command. I would say that is an evidence of grace, God having favor on Joseph, right? That's probably not going to happen to any of us for faithfully serving at New Life Camp. Maybe. I believe that there could be a future president in this room. Joseph stewarded well because he desired to honor God, and that is our standard here at New Life Camp. Click. So here's the question. Are you going to steward well when no one is watching? It's really easy when you're walking with your campers and you want to set a good example, pick up the trash, do the thing that you know is right in front of everyone. But what about the thing that's not your job, or the thing that when you're on break you really don't want to take the time to do? Will you own the stewardship of New Life Camp? Every small decision this summer is an answer to that question. All right, everyone stand up. Not quite hot seat time. I have one more set of review questions. Your job description at NLC is best described as what? A, the ceiling of what is expected of you. B, the floor of what is expected of you. Or C, the complete list of your responsibilities. I'll say it again. Your job description at NLC is best described as A, the ceiling of what is expected of you, face the front. B, the floor of what is expected of you, face that way. Or C, the complete list of your responsibilities, face that way. All right. It is B, the floor of your responsibilities. The floor is the most basic standard. So that is your job description. Everything else is things that you should be taking ownership of. I promise I will not make that a session orientation question. All right, number 2, you notice a need that is outside of your role, but can't meet it without leaving your campers unattended. What does a steward do? A, handle it quickly while leaving your campers. B, ignore it. It isn't your responsibility. Or C, use your walkie to get someone who can handle it without abandoning your role. Good. C. Well done, everyone. All right, one more. Which of these best describes why Joseph is an example of stewardship? A, face the front, if you think he was given a position of authority and used it well. B, he stewarded Potiphar's house well, despite having every reason not to. Or C, he followed the rules that he was given without complaint. All right, B is correct. Well done. You guys can have a seat. All right. This was something that I was talking with Annie last night. I said, how do I make it interesting and make sure that people are staying engaged? And she said, what if you just like call someone up random and put them on the hot seat to see if they remember all the things that you were talking about. So I put all of your names into ChatGPT, and I'm going to ask ChatGPT to pick one summer staff to come up and answer this example on your own. All right, you guys ready? I tried it last night with one person, so this person is safe. Well, they could get picked again, but Micah was the first name that came up. So Micah Crockett, you're safe for now. All right, let's do this. Give me another name.
Sure, here's another random one. Eli Nahoff.
Eli Nyhoff, come on down. All right, Eli, have a seat. Have a seat. Eli, here's your scenario, and I want to hear what you would do in this scenario to be a good steward. You got it? All right. Oh, my gosh. We're done talking for now. All right, there we go. Eli, you are walking to your next responsibility just after you got off break, and you notice a door in the activity center propped open with a rock. You're already running a little late. What do? You are going past the door. Ding, ding, ding. Everyone give Eli a round of applause. Well done. Thank you, Eli. You can have a seat. Give me another name. Is Claire Mallory here? Oh, she got off the hook. All right. Give me another name. Maurice Cahaza is also not here. Maddox Slack? No, he's probably working facilities. Man, these are some lucky ducks. Eliana Campbell. Where's Eliana? Is she in the room? She's not. That's so funny. That's okay. All right, you guys are dodging these. Mr. Aaron Callahan. I know Mr. Aaron is here. Where's Aaron? Come on down, Aaron. Aaron, thanks for joining us at the hot seat. You can have a seat here. All right. Scenario number 2. Are you ready? All right. Aaron, you are with your huddle at the snack shack. When you notice a trash bag has been split open near the dining hall. There's a mess everywhere. You're about to go to swim time, and your campers are watching you. What do you do? Okay. Who would you call? Ding, ding, ding. Give Aaron a round of applause. Well done. You can have a seat, Aaron. Well done. All right. One more. Gabby Gallagher. Is Gabby Gallagher? Yeah, Gabby. All right, Gabby. You are the last one leaving the cabin as an overnight counselor, heading to an activity, and you go back in and you realize that the electronic lock is not working. You are one of 2 counselors walking to this activity. What would you do? And what would you ask the primary staff coach to do? Yeah, give a round of applause. Well done, Gabby. Stewardship at New Life Camp is taking care of this space as if it was someone else's. This space that we've been given is not ours, okay? God is entrusting us to this space to use it well, okay? I'm excited for you guys, excited to see how you steward your roles and responsibilities to further the gospel of Jesus this summer. Thanks for playing my games, and we'll take a little break here. I think I went a little long. What's next? What time is that at? 40. Perfect. All right, you guys have a 12-minute break. Be in here promptly at 11:40.